Okay, I think we're live. Hey John, what's up, man? How you doing? How's the audio and whatnot? Gabber, how you doing, man? Usually I open this before the stream, but I figure you can enjoy the aesthetics of the audio. Or watch me just fail as I rip a cork in half. Alright. Let's see if you were sounding good, alright. Like to hear that. And I have to say, I do, I'll peel the foil off now, because I made a mistake one time of putting a cork back in while the foil was still in a bottle. And it just sliced straight into my thumb. It was absolutely excruciating. Like, it was like at least a quarter inch. I'm doing great, man. Just kind of having a relaxing day. Had to go down to southern Idaho to help my wife's parents do some stuff because they sold their farm. So I was basically just helping my wife grab some stuff that basically that her parents wanted to get rid of and that they were going to give to us, essentially. So, yeah. Nice, man. Salute to that one. Alrighty, so this is Mace Griffin, Bounty Hunter. So what's interesting is I thought this game was a LucasArts title, but I could be very wrong. Let's aim you guys over here so I can lean back. Yep. But yeah, checking the levels, I think it's okay. Sure. Kestrel? Yes. Okay. The big bad dog. New game. So remember this game being a really big deal in like 2002-ish? For like a minute for some reason. But I don't necessarily remember the rest of it, I guess. Saw this game at a thrift store not too long ago, and I was like, oh, you know what? I need to pick that game up, because I was kind of wanted to check it out. So we'll see how this goes.
It is the year 2412. Humans have terraformed much of the solar system. In their continuing search for colonies and resources, mankind discovered the Velikan and Jaldari, intelligent alien races who are native to the nearby Dela and Hasali systems. In return for land rights, the newly discovered aliens are introduced to the trappings of human civilization. 200 years later, the three races have become integrated, trading and working side by side.
I feel like
with the human systems now fully colonized,
the voiceover guy for this
business
is the
and
same one that did the
government broaden their
voiceover for the
and virgin territory
Outlaw
is
Star
sold.
anime dub.
The 10
I
Incorporated
just found it kind of
launches
funny.
a series of
Like how
probes,
that, like,
and
huh,
within months,
looks like an expansion
a
of that
Wagner
universe.
system is discovered. A huge chain of planetoids whose solar orbits make them perfect for colonization. The big companies
Hey, Sam, what's
stampede
up?
into the new
What's up?
territory,
God, I
squabbling
can't
over
talk
land
already.
and
All right.
mining rights.
Hey,
leading
Sam.
the smuggling
Hi,
cartels
Alyssa. How
and
you
private
doing?
clans to fight over what's left.
Milo. No, doing a PlayStation 2.
To counter crime,
Didn't
the
feel like throwing my
Enforcer
back
police are
out, bringing the
established.
CDI downstairs.
Sponsored by the major corporations to safeguard their interests, the enforcers must
Hey, Zero
also
Mancer,
protect
what's up, man?
law-abiding settlers and traders. This stipulation comes from the High Senate government, who in turn create an elite military corps. Their job is to monitor the enforcers and tackle the more hazardous criminal problems. These elite soldiers are called Rangers.
3DO vibes. It's pretty generous, I think. Well, 3DO could do some fun polygons, but think it was ever quite. There were some of those Japanese horror games that I've seen. Hey, man, how you doing, man? Yeah. Let me maximize this bigger.
I'm telling you, in a couple of years, all the mining and industry is going to be under corporate control. The days of small business are over, and good riddance to it. We've got bigger fish to fry than bandits bothering settlers. I heard that some player called Conrad Reinhold has even got members of the Senate on his payroll. Ugh, I'd like to rip that goon another.
This is Control to Ranger Flight 13. We have a potential Code 4 situation incoming. Take up a holding pattern and await further directives.
Oh, good to hear it, Sam.
Copy, Control. We'll take care of it. Greer,
Around the
I need you
building?
back
Oh, man.
here. We may have a situation on our hands.
You still in
Griffin,
Utah?
you take the controls.
I'm on
It's
it.
all state-controlled stuff there, right?
Griffin, what do we got?
I'm picking up 3 craft straight ahead. We got a Talon cargo carrier, the Fortitude, and docked with it is a shuttle. The third ship I can't get an ID on. And it looks like nothing I've seen before.
I'll call for backup. Oh, damn! We lost our comms link with Control. We're being jammed.
That guy's skin tone makes him look incredibly sickly.
We've been boarded. They're butchering everyone.
Hey, Jade, how you doing, man?
Griffin, find us a docking point.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I really like going to base to buy my alcohol. Makes my life way easier. Not as many people have access to those.
Docking
those
procedure completed.
opportunities.
Okay, team. You know the drill. Let's go. You too, Griffin.
But I guess here's to a night of healthy sobriety. Stretch Panic? Not familiar with that one.
What the
I remember
hell?
right when the
Someone sealed
governor
off the
issued
damn
his stay-at-home
airlock.
order. Like all the liquor
Griffin,
stores in
you find the
Idaho were
control
getting hit
room
pretty
and open
hard.
it up.
Because
We'll
people were
move
just
on
like, well,
ahead.
we're gonna be stuck at home. Might as well drink. We didn't find a place. Damn. I only like the CDI streams. You know, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. I think so. No Hogan, no Logan? I don't know. Okay. So, triangle, circle, do nothing. Squares jump for some reason. That's different. Okay, right trigger is not one. Okay, right trigger is switch weapon? Bumper 1 is fire. That is new. That is a different thing there. Oh, it's inverted. No! God, why? Can I change that? No, I cannot. Oh God. Yeah. Oh, jeez. This is a Japanese import game? Where's Chris Lemon? Yeah. I wonder how much it would cost to get him on stream. I feel like he's not doing too much right now. Okay, I saw them go that way. Can I go through here? Yep. God, these corridors look strangely like Alien Resurrection. Like, spot on. Is what it feels like to me. Like, not necessarily graphically, but like, well... I mean, in terms of just design aesthetic, it looks really similar. Walk over and pick additional weapons. Okay, so I got him. Switch to it. God, this inverted control thing is gonna just kill me. Yep. Oh, pistol's got a burst. Nice. Same for a headshot for some reason. Oh god, man, I used to work at a Hollywood video that had a Game Crazy attached to it. Good times. Hey Jeremy, what's up, man? How you doing? SIG. I'm not familiar with that acronym. Just kneecapping the guy. Regenerative health, that's good.
Come to
Suck.
Papa. Your firm food.
God, this inverted control scheme, Jesus. Why is that even the thing?
I have him.
Oh, I'm getting shot through the grate here, okay.
Come on, fight him out. Steady.
Oh my god, these inverted controls, they're so bad. I can't aim. It's just a giant target reticle. That's... And the suggestion box targets as
I
well.
see you, tough guy. Let's get it on.
Okay, that's good. Gonna need all your ammo, please. What was... Doing fine, aren't I? I have no idea who you're talking about. Oh, Jesus. What? Oh my god, these weapons in this game. Oh, give it to him. Nice. This takes an hour to kill anybody. That's nice. Oh, I didn't realize the barrel's actually a little minigun. That's kind of nice. So handsome. Hmm. Okay, wrestling, okay. So you're talking to foreign language. Yeah, like the last time I saw a wrestling event one time in real life, and that was like in 1993. When I saw Yokozuna at the Royal Rumble. Or win the Royal Rumble. And that was it. Okay, oh my god. Oh god. Oh god.
Let's turn him into chocolate.
God, it's so floaty too. Oh, I am. Okay, I got it. How close do I have to be to knock your ass out? Your guns. Goes into a firefight with like 120 rounds. Well, yeah, the Royal Rumble in like 1993. Oh. I this gun with the freaking Gatling gun on the front should really do a lot more damage. Or have significantly larger, if it's going to be a multi-firing barrel mechanism, a significantly larger magazine than just 40 rounds.
To have your
I feel like I'm playing this all wrong. Oh yeah. The enemies are kind of smart using cover.
I need covering fire.
Oh god, why are the main big triggers
Eat this, tough guy.
chained weapon? That is the worst design choice. Just tickling him with the handgun here. God, these inverted controls. Oh, it's awful. Burst by the river. Yeah. Odd design choice. Can't say on a firearm that had like 12 rounds, I would want a burst fire cannon. Just, you know, get four trigger squeezes before you completely empty it. This seems a terrible idea. But like, then again, it's like, what, 26th century in this game, and I'm still using a freaking revolver? Okay, apparently you can throw a grenade in it. Interesting. Okay, I just keep having to shoot people in this room. I'm just... Okay, is he right there? Okay, he's right there. Ah, an ammo gun. Uh-oh. Okay, we're back. Alright. Apparently the grenade explosion knocked out my video connection for a moment. Oh, God, no. Where am I even supposed to go right now? Really? Now, why is it we had a great signal connection before, and all of a sudden... Oh, my little unit over here reset. One sec. Get that going. Alright. Let's see if that fixes the problem for a while. Oh, MP45, huh? Yeah. I've always been a fan of 9mm just because of how inexpensive the ammo is. And I'm not the best shot, so I like repeat repeat opportunities to fix my mistake. If that makes sense. So here's the thing, Jerry. I was trying the I have component cables for my PS2, but I couldn't get the OSSC to pick up a signal from them. I don't know if it was because I don't know. The connection from those cables was rather loose going into my PS2, so it might have been that. Okay. Oh my word. pop through that freaking wall and just shoot me. Ah, okay. Well, fair enough, man. 45 is, 45 is fun. I just find it's very expensive after a while. I have a buddy who was like utterly obsessed with 45 caliber handgun. He just bought tons of them. And God, he made of money. Classic Hog, how's it going, man? This is a game called Mace Griffin, Bounty Hunter. One sec here, let me see here. No. Might be able to get Genovi and Yahel in the chat a little later. So we'll see how that goes. One sec here. Really wish I could invert my controls right now, because it's just breaking my brain. But using other computers too long. Come on. Pop out. God, did you see that warp he did? Oh, nice. Getting wrecked. Alright, let's see if I can go back to the main menu and, like, fix the controls. I feel like this wouldn't be as bad if it didn't combat everything. Yeah, that's a serious loading time. Here, let's go to the main menu and see if I can actually, like, fix that. Let's go quick save. I'll drink some more wine. Apparently this takes a minute. Okay, I just want to invert the sticks. Oh God, why? Yeah, am I flying a plane? Jeez, okay. Oh man, alright, I might have to switch games, because that's, alright. I feel like I've never... In my mind, when I think of pitch and yaw, I'm just like, can't even... And so when you... And which one's the corresponding direction? When you go move yaw or yaw move? Or pitch yaw? What is the... Am I up by rocker, or am I just... I'm beginning to see why this game wasn't nearly as popular as it claimed itself to be, based on all the advertisements going on for it. Alright, Gabber. Thanks for dropping in, man. Really appreciate you hanging out. What is going on here? Let's just reboot the frame meister 1 sec, guys. Okay. Controller options. All right, let's try that one. Maybe. Have fun watching Star Trek, man. That is it's just one of the single greatest things. Now,
It is
why
the year
after
2412. Humans
several
have terraformed.
like, can I not skip this?
Discovered
Oh,
that
my
the
word.
Leaking and Jeldar
Really?
aliens are in civilization.
I worked flawlessly for a while. Hang on one sec. I'm gonna put on my
The three races
you
have
know,
become integrated, trading and
technical
working
difficulties
side by
screen
side.
while I figure out what's going on here. One sec, guys.
Bus- Orbits make them perfect for colonization. The This stipulation comes from the High Senate government, who in turn create an elite military corps. Force problems. These elite soldiers are called Rangers.
Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, girl. So my dog's out here as well, and apparently he's refusing to jump up in a chair. Come on. Go. Go. Come on.
I'm telling you, in a couple of years, all the mining and industry is going to be under corporate
Come on, come on.
control. The days of small business are over, and good riddance to it. We've got bigger fish to fry than
this is
bandits bothering settlers.
Hope you guys enjoy train
I
wrecks,
heard
because
that
you're on one
some
tonight.
player
Hang on one
called
sec.
Conrad Reinhold has even got members of the Senate on his payroll. Ugh, I'd like to rip that goon another.
This is Control to Ranger Flight 13. We have a potential Code 4 situation incoming. Take up a holding pattern and await further directives.
Copy, Control. We'll take care of it. Greer, I need you back here. We may have a situation.
Alright, let's try this one more time. Let's see if changing it to pitch and yaw. You can't skip the cutscene. Why?
Griffin, what do we got?
I'm picking up 3 craft straight ahead. We got a Talon cargo carrier, the Fortitude, and docked with it is a shuttle. The third ship I can't get an ID on, and it looks like nothing I've seen before.
I'll call for backup. Oh, damn! We lost our comms link with Control. We're being jammed.
I love the fact... Wait, oh, now it can skip? Okay. Ah, great.
Docking procedure completed.
Huh.
Okay, team. You know the drill. Let's go. You too, Griffin.
Oh, it's Mace Griffin, not Griffith. Yeah, but other than the train wreck you guys are now visibly watching based on my technical difficulties, hope you're having a good time. Hope your night's going well. I understand there are a lot of streaming choices on the internet at this time of night, especially on a Saturday evening. I want
Someone
to thank
sealed
you
off the
from
damn
Historicnerd
airlock.
to you for making the wrong
Griffin,
choice
you find
and
the
choosing this
control
one
room and
to
open it
entertain
up.
yourself for the
We'll
evening.
move on ahead.
That's my standard legal disclaimer. Now I'm in the clear. Thought I'd share that with you. Oh god, this is even worse. It put... Oh no. Oh no. Why? So now, on the left stick, up and down is up and down. Like, so the directions are good now. This is the way I want it. But now the right stick is just looking around left and right. So now I can't... How do you even walk forward with this? How do you get the... Oh dear God, what? There's nothing natural about the way these controls are right now. I feel like the PS2, I thought everything had become relatively uniform by the time Halo and the PS2 had come out in terms of like first-person shooter controls, but my god. Alrighty. You getting oh damn. Canned beans. Getting your stomach ready for the impending apocalypse, I assume? Okay, I'm gonna switch games because this is a train wreck. So, one sec, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my technical difficulties wine swirl. And we'll switch to something else. Hang on. Alright, there we go. Good, no, I don't even know what a good video game is. Never heard of it. Easy, how you doing, man? Really appreciate the $9.99. I don't think there's a version of Axis and Allies for PS2. I know there's one with the CDI and PC. A world of steel in this... Wait, what? In this world. That is a really awkward sentence. Ah. So here's another example of a odd PS2 title. So what I really find intriguing about this game is it's called Seek and Destroy. And I guess it's some kind of like custom tank building fighting game. But what I find really odd is like, so they have this really elaborate design like cover. But the second you look at like the binding, it's almost like Comic Sans, just red, white, and blue. Seek and Destroy written out in just a completely different font. That it really does not fit with the rest of the design aesthetic of the game. But easy, hope you're doing well, man. Victory never becomes. Certainly not driving Stewarts around. I don't think you're going to beat anybody. Well, Accent Allies is kind of one of those, like, I feel like it's a open license. Hey, Rex, how you doing, man? Was it budget import part of the... Oh, okay. But I hope you're doing well, Rex. I haven't seen you all. Good to hear either. It's good new. Remember, there was another game that came out mid-early 2000s called Shattered Union. That was like a turn-based next American Civil War type game that I really enjoyed. Okay, so it's interesting. Alright. P-34, huh? Answer 3. Oh, can I get a KV? I get a Chiha. Kind of sad I can't get any American. Because I think M15, I think it's a British tank, right? Hey, Godzilla, how you doing, man? Really? Is it doing 240p right now? Ah, that's gross. Darn it. I really need to do a firmware update on my OSSC. Tell you what, I might switch over to my really cheap upscaler for this point, just because it does S-video upscaling. So, one sec. One sec, guys. Let's go that. This. Yeah, enjoy the wine swirl. Hopefully that's entertaining in some fashion or another, because apparently I'm having problems otherwise. But you know, it's always a learning experience, no matter what you do in life, right? They need to add a technical difficulty graphic on this wine swirling. There we go. Okay. So enjoy 16:9 gaming. Oh yeah, it's Street Fighter H4. That looks really good. I need to check that out. But Kiwi, how you doing, man? Trunkalizer. Just no more games in the live stream. Just 24/7 wine swirl gift. That's what you guys need. Play the M15. By the end, you can play. Oh, nice. I want Abrams with wings? Wow. I thought those were paladins for a second. Did you lock the Saturn? I did not. No, my Saturn collection's grown quite a bit though. I'm trying to cheap. We're gonna do that just one stream where it's just wine swirling for charity. Okay, so you independently swivel the turret. This is a good turn design, just based on these guns. Okay, so you can still swirl the turret. Fire by hitting them. That is different. Oh god, this is oh wait, oh no. Oh, I'm confused. Oh god. Oh dear, this is really awkward. Ah, okay. Yeah, there's a game called Seek and Destroy. Yeah, Jeremy, you're completely right. I honestly really need to sit down and actually just figure out the settings for my OSSC. The one you graciously donated. Yeah. Let's do it again, because apparently I'm trash. Card Freak, how you doing, man? Yep. Beacon of the counter attack. Yeah, in reality, like that M1 Abrams could like just tear all of those things apart. Just you're not even sweating that they could rip all those tanks apart. Yeah, we're doing PS2 now. Yeah, I need to sit down and actually just figure out the settings, guys. Not sure why I couldn't get the component video to actually like show up when I was sending it from PS2 to the OSSC. It's entirely user error, I can assure you on that. Entirely. Tank on tank genocide. Okay, so we know. How do I pivot the camera? Oh, okay. I would very much like a target rifle. This is incredibly awkward. Got those. Shoot him in the ass. My god, these camera controls. Okay, I'm gonna drive away like a coward really quick. Oh my god. That is different. I had 5 guys delivered. Oh, damn. The Five Guys is pretty solid. We're gonna upscale CDI. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this would be a fun game if I could figure out the controls more. But I'm just having a hard time with the camera controls. I don't know, I'm used to a target reticle. That's kind of my main gripe right now. Italian tank. Ooh, the great Italian skedaddle in Spain. And they basically like the entire Italian tank corps got really outmatched by a bunch of hungry Republican Spaniards. If any of you are interested in the Spanish Civil War, it's pretty fascinating. So, George Orwell wrote a book called Homage to Catalonia, which is really, really good. Is that in Rhodes Child? Major Rhodes Child. Okay, so that's you use him as a shield, that little steward. Okay. How do I locate the camera? Oh, so the camera just rotates for you. Okay. Colonel Hoffman, bummer, retreat. Yeah, that's how. That's what I would say if all my men died in an attack. Oh, is it? Okay, hang on. Oh my God, that is coming in crazy loud. There we go. Thanks, Jeremy. I love that, like, Major Rhodes Child is the actual tank, not people in it. But he has to, like, give his direction by pointing his gun at the different tanks. Man, it's a lot of fun when a tank pivots like that in place. But if you're not careful, it will rip the shit out of everything underneath it. New tank. Oh. Oh, is that a Tiger too? Oh, I love it. Alright, next battlefield. Womp womp. It's adorable. Little, like, chibi tank on here. No, because this game's pretty great now that I figured out. You just have to let the camera rotate on its own. But I will say, like, I'm not a tank officer like that, but I've gotten to ride around in Abrams, and it's like the smoothest ride I've ever had. Oh god, they got the Marine amphibious assault ones. Those guys have little, like, fucking chain guns on them. They wouldn't do shit. They're airdropping in, what are those? It looks like a French char tank. Wait, off a Huey? What? I love this game more and more. The more I'm playing it right now, this is great. Yeah. But yeah, no, back to the OSSC, Jeremy. You're 100% right. I just need to figure out the... Okay, so I'm in the rear here. Now, is there a way to bring up a... What is type? Vibe? What? Okay, oh, camera. Two, okay. Ah. This changes everything. Oh, there's no way in hell that tank could pivot that fast and aim at me. A little Panzer friggin' Mark IIs, come on. Little chain gun. I need to show this game to my boss. He would just be livid. The major I work for is a armored commander. He'd be so pissed. Just like he's like, this is bullshit. I love like the shell drop, like it just reaches a certain point and just falls out of the sky. Yeah, I don't think there's splash damage. Oh, enemy reserve as well, okay. No, I can't lose to you. Ah, poor Colonel Hoffman. Poor guy. Let's drink some more. Hang on. Oh god, it's Cars. This would be the single greatest freaking Cars parody. But I guess in reality, I guess the Cars universe technically was there was a car Hitler based on the fact that it was, they had a World War II thanks to the, Airplanes universe spin-off. Dane Cook voicing that one? Could be. Patton would be proud. Oh man, just the idea of this being an officially licensed like Cars game would just be hysterical to me. You got a bunker over there, you got our boys fighting over there. Here. Oh, okay, so the camera, if you move the turret and you hit your camera button, the camera will lock on. Let's say my gunner is the fastest dude in freaking history, though. You can reload at that rate, just pop, pop. Do we win? Or is there an enemy reserve somewhere around here I'm not seeing? Or can I shoot this bunker? Okay, load that bunker. Alright. Oh no, not the Marine APC that really should not have been on the field like this in an armored core battle. Oh man. Yeah, this is really awkward. Like, I'm used to just having a targeted, like, a target site. So having to, like, guesstimate where the round is going is very, I feel like, arcadey in a way. But pretty interesting. Lieutenant General Amadi. So I'm loving the fact the tanks are the characters right now. This is completely based on the really ambiguous box art and the M1 Abrams that's been photoshopped on the cover with, you know, it fighting, you know, Heinz, and then you have a freaking Bradley fighting vehicle parachuting down. And then you have, for some reason, you have F-16 fighters with A-10 freaking engines just photoshopped onto the F-16 fighter frame. This is so ridiculous. Because, like, the box art would make me expect something entirely different, like some weird American Civil War type thing. And yeah, Seek and Destroy is actually pretty good. I'm kind of enjoying it. It's very, very arcadey. Feels very... I almost feel like it comes from, like, the Sega Saturn era of gaming with the arcade nature of it. But rig your tanks for assault. That is a... Yeah, there's an image on the back here that it's like, it looks almost like a M60, but it has like wings and stuff strapped to it, almost like Star Fox looking. Pretty great. This is quite ridiculous. I'm kind of digging this. Okay, so we unlocked, oh, a Churchill. These were pretty good tanks back in the day. Let's see, who did develop this? I know, Rex probably knows. Looks like the developer was Takara. Published by Conspiracy Entertainment. Spoiler alert, you unlock wings. That is, you know, I would not expect that in tank game, but I guess that kind of elevates the playstyle completely. But this is quite the unique title, to be honest. Yeah, I think the Churchill is pretty freaking large, isn't it? Because remember, like, what? Churchill was a late-stage World War II tank the British developed. And it hit the field in 44, 45? I could be wrong. But it was, I want to say the Churchill was capable of, like, going head-to-head with, like, Tigers and Tiger IIs. Okay, get a burning city over there, or a fresh city over here. Let's go to the burning city. We need a plan. What? Okay. I'll go this way. So apparently just look for the enemy fortification. The box art somewhat accurate. Just an M1 Abrams with a giant American flag on it. I have to say, if I were a chibi tank in another life, I would not want to be the Marine Corps amphibious APC carrier if I had to, like, you know, perform these jobs. I feel like by the nature of your existence you are at a severe disadvantage. And that thing looks like it's a play off the World War I German design. Oh shit, are those Hetzers? What are those? They're Stugs, I think. That would be very painful to fight in reality. Most modern tanks are medium tanks. Well, yeah, freaking, I don't know. Jeremy, you ever been on Abrams? Those things are freaking huge. I don't know. I've never been more thoroughly impressed by an Abrams with like the mammoth, like the Tusk kit on it, where they take and strap like 450 cals to like the barrel. That is a scary looking device. Gonna cut their formation in half. You're not gonna expect it because they're... Or are those friendlies or something? Not those... What? What? Apparently I was just leading enemies. I thought they were enemies. Oh, apparently that worked great. Despite the fact I was firing at, you know, friendly forces. God, this game is ridiculous, and I'm like just loving it. Wait, what? Are you guys amphibious? Can you go through this? Oh, apparently we can. Wait, is that the Major Rhodes character from before? Was he captured? Okay, I was not paying attention. Oh, game over? We can't redo? Okay, we challenge again, okay. Oh, I guess there were some Soviet models in it, the 4 tracks and stuff like that. But I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna use the restroom. Go ahead and enjoy the, you know, swirling wine glass. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's try this one again, because apparently I misunderstood the fact it was an ambush mission where you had to intercept the freight truck stealing Abrams major roads. Ah, Jeff, you're here. Tank trying to emote sadness. Oh, that's great. I don't know, to me, like, whenever I like think of an Abrams in my mind, I hear just an Abrams, because it has that like jet engine in the back, has this really solid like whining noise when it does anything. So I just picture like just that loud whine when it goes woo, like looking around. Okay, so over here. My god, the targeting in this game just throws me off something fierce. Let's throw this Panzer II really quick. Come on. Die. Just die. Yeah, where is Tonka Joe when we need him? I feel like there's a graphical slowdown right now. Okay, so apparently the second it crosses the bridge, that's the problem. Schultz, we riot. I think it must be the Tonka Joe Origins Challenge. The bridge into the wilderness. Yeah, actually, God, that is the best way to describe it. Like, for a PS2 game, this is the most N64-ish graphics I've seen. Fiat engine. Oh, man. Man, it was interesting. I was watching Ford versus Ferrari, and I really didn't know the politics behind a lot of that, especially with, like, Fiat being a rather sizable corporation. Okay, so I feel like I need to assault the tanks in the front. God, I feel like I'm... Oh dear God. Oh God. Oh God. No. Don't do it. Don't Panther to me. get ahead of this thing and just stop it? No, I can't. Okay, I can't even physically stop the thing. Wait, or can I? No. Oh fuck! Oh god! Hey, Yahel, what's up, man? All right, 1 second. Let me bring Yahel into chat here. Hang on. Bust out the old headphones here. Oh.
Hello, hello.
Hey, let me see if I'm capturing your audio correctly. Keep talking.
Alrighty, I am here. I'm having a great time. Here
Alright.
to.
There we go. Okay, I'm getting it. Okay.
Alright.
Just making sure. 'Cause I seem to have a weird issue where if I don't check that, it looks like or sounds like I'm just, being a crazy person talking to myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I think the audio might be really low now on the. Maybe it's my computer actually. Yeah, it's. I think it's me.
It's all me, not you. Don't worry.
I'm pretty sure I've just got. Yep, Chrome was really low.
All right. Yeah, I've been playing this really weird tank arcadey battle game that I didn't know existed, but I found it at a thrift store, and it is rather different.
I thought, hey, Zero Mancer, hey, John Rogers. I thought this was maybe Thunder in Paradise 2.
Oh, Thunder in Paradise Tank Boogaloo?
The Thunder, yeah, Tank Boogaloo. The Thundering.
The Thundering. The Thund.
It would be something like, because, the middle movie is supposed to be the one where the bad guys get the one over, so it'd be like, like Dark Thunder or something dark in it.
Into Paradise.
Oh no, they do something like with Paradise Lost.
Now that'd be far too clever for Thunder in Paradise.
Thunder in Paradise. Come Lost.
Oh man.
Definitely written and directed by Hulk Hogan.
I would love a pretentious Hulk Hogan to direct that movie, just like
a period piece.
A Victorian era Thunder in Paradise. So it's a steampunk fucking whatever the boat's called.
Oh my God.
How much you been drinking tonight?
A little bit.
Okay. Just making sure. These are fantastic ideas, but I'm like a bottle deep now.
Yeah. Save this stream. This stream is going to pay for your family's college for generations.
I'm gonna make sure I go ahead and write. This is gonna be freaking Terry Hogan's major comeback right now. Just.
Zero Answer, when's my next CDI stream? I'm probably not going to stream till I finish this Neo Geo video.
Gotta reward yourself there.
Yeah, well, I just don't want to, I'm just trying to use my free time. Which, by the way, I'm only going to be on for an hour, because I need to wake up early to work on the video more.
Ah, come on.
I really need to now.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, you're making pretty good progress, though.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, pretty close to 20 minutes, if not 20 minutes edited, as of today, and that doesn't include I still haven't dropped in the interviews from Modern Vintage Gamer and Genovi and Bob and stuff.
Oh.
So that'll pad it out a little bit.
Do they have Neo Geos growing up or something like that, or?
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have you seen Genovi's custom wood grain? Or he has
he has one of those ones. Okay.
Yeah. So he's super into Neo Geo. He's got the Neo Geo CD. Yeah, Bob's a huge Neo Geo guy, and so is MVG.
They're thinking I need to blow up the bridge to stop this thing, because I failed this mission like 3 times, but I'm just kind of obsessed with this game right now. Yeah, I don't know, personally, I never knew anyone with a Neo Geo growing up at any point in my life.
I knew a guy, and
A guy.
I mean, he had like, he never had more than 3 games at a time, and like sometimes I don't know if he was trading them or like he'd like switch one out for another one. I don't really remember exactly like what the situation was. It was like a friend of the family. Yeah, if he didn't have a Neo Geo, Ian, I would never have talked to this guy. Beneath me. But anyway, so yeah, like it's like once every few months or whatever, when my family would go over there after church or something, I'd get to like play with it a little bit. And it was insane, man. It was crazy.
Oh, it says right here in the opening part of the level, this bridge, we will destroy it. So,
Javon's, is that one of Genovi's descendants? Oh wait, Javon, not Janov.
Yeah, I was there thinking about is Genovi related to a Marine APC amphibious carrier? So I mean, I feel like I mean, there's a chance there. But yeah, well, he was saying he might jump on, right?
Yeah. Well, he's like filming stuff for me, so I'm not. That's why I wasn't like encouraging him to jump on.
You're like, no, I need this. Don't you dare jump on the stream and enjoy yourself for a minute. I need this fucking work done.
I need this. Yeah, initially like I just asked him if he would do like some on camera segments, talking about, I have like a few questions, for them to answer, and then talk about his own experiences, anything he wants to add, and plus I knew he had that analog like wood grain and consoleized MVS, so I wanted him to like talk about that and stuff. And then he was like, oh, if you want, I can shoot this and shoot this for you, like some B-roll, and because I don't have like a Neo Geo CD and that kind of stuff. So yeah, Genovi's being very nice enough to shoot some extra stuff for me. Should be great.
Were the wood ones officially sanctioned by Neo Geo, or were they like a different thing entirely?
No, that's like the analog, the people that make the analog Super NT.
Oh, they were the ones doing that?
Yeah. At least his, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
But it was like a real limited run. I think they were like, I think they were like $700 or something like that. They were pretty expensive. But then they also had like a wood grain Neo Geo arcade joystick too.
I feel like that's just insane. I don't know why.
I can't believe you've never seen it. Like,
no, I've seen I was seen pictures of it. I've never actually seen a real one, but
yeah, me.
But I just remember like I thought it was like a joke, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was. I don't know. I never.
It almost seems like somebody just like carved a Neo Geo, shape out of a, out of wood just for a lark or something. But no, man, like they look really, really nice. Like I'd have a hard time like spending that much money on a console, but like that one I could. It's like maybe if I would have known about it and I had the money then, I would have done it. Because
how much was it going for back then?
I think they were like $650 or $700.
Okay.
Because it's almost like
so not like psychotically expensive, but like expensive enough where you're like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, but they look like art.
Yeah, but it's like FPGA, right?
I would assume.
Yeah. I don't know, because I remember hearing something about those.
Oh, no, it's not FPGA, Ian. I'm sorry. It's a consoleized MVS. I think it's just the MVS hardware.
Oh, okay. Sure, Jeremy or Rex would correct us.
John Rogers said, would you ever wrestle Ian for the CDI title? I feel like, there's...
I don't know
stuff to go around.
I don't know how to wrestle. I only know how to do like chokeholds and shit. So it wouldn't make
problem for me because your reach is much more.
it wouldn't make any sense because I'm like, I don't know how to pretend fight. I'm sorry, Yael.
Yeah. And we shouldn't fight. There's so few of us.
so few CDI fans.
We can't break up into like start splintering into factions.
You can't factionalize this. If you divide it too much, the overall authority of the movement loses.
There are now 13 different CDI factions and 9 CDI fans. Some have doubled up.
Oh man, Oh god, I'm aiming. Wait, why can I aim? I can aim up in this game. Okay, Jesus.
What's this game called again? Ian?
It's called Seek and Destroy. It's like an arcade game from Japan that's been turned into a.
Someone's a big Metallica fan at this game company.
I don't know. The funny thing is, like, the box art would have me believe this is an entirely different type of game, because it's like an M1 Abrams, like an American flag and a fucking eagle on it, and all this like hardcore patriotic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to do with that whatsoever. And the end result of this game is you can actually just straight up unlock wings for your tank.
I thought maybe you unlocked Ted Nugent.
just Ted Nugent.
That's what it was sounding like from that.
Ted Nugent shows up on an ATV and he's like, "Hey, you want to hunt people?"
With guitars? No, I'm kidding. With guns.
No, we really hunt people. Just we don't use guitars for that stuff. That's weird.
Yeah, Ted Nugent, though, I mean, he was a pretty fucking solid guitar player. Hey, John Rogers donated $1.
When did that happen?
Just now. Rex is
sorry.
here.
I forget. Hey, Rex is a Koro Q Battle something. I appreciate the donation, John. Oh man, freaking red wine was a fantastic choice tonight.
Oh, so you've already had a bottle, or you're?
I am about an inch from finishing it.
That's what she said.
Good stuff.
I like how these tanks turn to each other like they're talking to each other.
Yeah, that's kind of like what the general gist. Like, so, like, my question is, I'm like, are there like family lines of tanks that they're like amphibious carriers, but he really wanted to be an armored corps commander? Because like the main one that's talking right now, the Genoves, that's in a Marine Corps amphibious like landing craft. It's not designed to have all out like tank fights with these like German stew people are going up against. Because it's really not designed for that. Hey, A Squared, what's up, man?
I just don't understand why they're turning and like hopping as they're talking to each other.
I don't know. I have to say, if like in order to have radio communication with another tank, you had to point your gun at it, I'd be really uncomfortable.
Yeah, a design flaw. A design flaw, I believe. Is
we have direct target communication systems. We can't talk any other way.
Yeah. Great news! You can video chat with each other, but you have to arm your systems and point at each other.
I have to. Having been in like a 1068 around M1 Abrams, I would feel very uncomfortable if like that tank had to point at me to talk to me.
And then it's like jumping around while it does it too.
God, that'd be the weirdest war ever.
These tanks talk the way Canadians talk in South.
Not your tank friend, buddy.
Hey, don't point your tank at me, buddy.
You got me over a barrel here, guy. It's your, you got to hope no negligent discharges when talking at tanks.
A Squared Game Reviews were, I am not your tank guy, pal.
I'm not your tank friend, guy. Look, I got this Stoop just chasing me right behind, but apparently if I just keep moving...
So, I mean, the tank that you're driving, is that like an actual scale, real size of it? Because it looks like a chibi tank.
Yeah, no, they're all kind of chibi. Like, this is apparently an M15, like, Italian tank. I picked it because I thought it was an English tank. I think I'm like, you know what, let's do an English one, 'cause, you know...
I thought maybe it came with like a Maggiano's coupon, and that's why.
Just, you know, came with a Papa Murphy's coupon. I was pretty happy with that. I'm not your guy, friend.
When it runs out of ammo, it shoots Parmesan tubes. Not the Parmesan, the actual tubes. It's a weapon.
Just the stuff you get at the store, you shake the Parmesan out of. Yeah, that'd be. I wonder. I find myself wondering right now after our conversation, like, how much money would it cost to get Hulk Hogan to direct a period piece Thunder in Paradise film set in steampunk Victorian England? That is all I care about right now in my life, and I really wish we hadn't shared this thought.
Well, it would be like you remember there was like a deodorant company. I can't remember brand what it was. Might even still be around, but the commercials always like at the end like had somebody going like anything else would be uncivilized.
Was that Old Spice or was that?
I don't know, but Hulk Hogan did one of those commercials. He's like painting on the beach, and anyways, point is I imagine that's what it would be like. I'll try to find it. I'm sure somebody will be like, yeah, that's my favorite deodorant. Let's see.
I need to have a time with Steve. Yeah, Andrew, man, A squared. This is that's all we ever care about is the CDI time. Oh, Genovi. Hey, Sean, are you on site, man?
Okay, I found it.
Anything else, brother, would be uncivilized.
Oh man, dude, this commercial like it aired during Get a Life. I don't know if you remember that show.
Was that on? Was it on?
Fox, I think.
Oh god. It's an ironclad. Oh Jesus. Oh, I want this so bad in my life right now. The more I think about this, like Hulk Hogan trying to do a really bad English accent makes me so happy.
Well, I dropped it in the chat in case you ever want to see it.
Let me see if Genovi's on Skype really quick. Hang on. Pretty sure I've added him to this.
But yeah, but the problem with Hulk Hogan, oh yeah, would you do a video of Absolutely Rose Street for today's gamer? We like talked. Remember, like we very briefly like all flirted with the idea of doing like a '90s Absolutely Rose Street type like game show, YouTube show, and we actually looked into seeing like who had the rights.
Yeah, it was.
To Absolutely Rose Street. Yeah, I started looking.
You know what? If you are interested, if you're going to go in on that, I will front half of the funds required to take care of that.
Ian, you and I had this conversation 2 years ago.
I know. Oh yeah, we did. I forgot about that. I said I would front half then too. Yeah. I'm like, I'll do it.
And I think like it ended up being like a lot of money. Was the problem like it was possible to get the rights to Absolutely?
I think it was several $100s, but I feel like I was still intoxicated where I would do it.
I thought it was more than that. Let's look into. We'll have to look into that again.
Yeah. Let's go offline and look into that. But I would do it.
I thought we ended up just saying something like, well, couldn't we just like come up with a name that's similar and because it's not like Absolutely Rose Street has any name value
and not pay money for this,
right? Because it literally has no name value. So.
But I mean, like if you bought the name value, could you theoretically possess the original work?
I don't know because I wonder how those. Let me try to add Genovi.
Oh, sorry. I got completely distracted by our Absolute Rose Street tangent, and
I got you, Genovi.
Okay, and I lost track of all rational thinking.
Genovi's like, I never get a chance to join it when I do get bastards. All right, I'll call you now, buddy.
Hey, Sean, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Can I turn you up at all or no?
Do you need me louder?
Yeah, you're a little quiet. Yeah, you're quiet.
Okay. How's that?
Oh, much better. There you go.
Much better.
Perfect.
Okay. Excellent. Oh my goodness. I'm on the stream.
Ooh.
How you been, man? Sounds like you had a busy day.
Yeah, man. I kept on sitting down to shoot different footage and stuff, and like every time I'd sit down, I'd have somebody knocking on my office door and somebody needing something. It was like I thought this was gonna be like a full dedicated day to just working on my show and the clips that you needed, and instead it was like pulled outside so many times. So here I am. It's like 11, and I'm just wrapping up here, trying to get this stuff done.
That sucks.
My wife's like, I was telling my wife, like I really got to wrap this up. She's like, well, I thought you said it wasn't important. I said, but yeah, well, I mean, it's what I'm doing isn't important, but I promise you, hell, it's gonna get some stuff together, so I have this other stuff I had to shoot at the same time. So, which kind of worked out, but it meant that like doing yours, which was like I don't know, an hour's worth of time, got grouped together with another project that was like another 10 hours of time, and, so Yeah, I'm happy that it's getting wrapped up. I think it turned out okay though.
Oh, dude, I'm sure it's great. Like, even though that little like footage that you sent me a test of, like, I was just like, oh, that looks so good.
Excellent.
This color corrected like DaVinci Pro type footage, or
No, I don't use DaVinci. That's Alex. I use a deal. It's called. Let me tell you what it's called. I should know what it's called because I use this freaking thing all the time. It's called Color Finale. It's a Mac deal.
Ew.
And that's what I color correct in. But I've thought about going to DaVinci though.
I'm looking at buying a Cinema or a Blackmagic Pro Pocket 4K, and it comes with a free like copy of DaVinci.
Like the Pro version.
DaVinci is free.
Yeah, but
is
it comes
it
with the
free?
Pro version.
Yeah, the Pro version. There we go.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because I think what DaVinci's deal is that they give you the software free, hoping that you'll buy the
camera.
hardware.
Yeah, but from what I understand, the Pro, I mean, you can do like pretty much like most of what you can do in Premiere in the free version of DaVinci. But the Pro version, I know, like, it's the only one that has access to 4K, to editing in 4K, or maybe it's exporting in 4K. And I know there's a few other things. But
My internet connection would not like a 4K export.
I'm having a weird issue right now where I was trying to export 4K video in After Effects, and like I cannot get it to talk to the dynamic Adobe server, so I can't use the media encoder to like output right now.
That's weird. So what are you?
Well, it's just like I was working on like that video clip I showed you where it had like the TurboGrafx starting and that gigantic error message like go out.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't export that to my media encoder for some reason.
Freaking Adobe.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on right now? Like, I'm just,
I don't know how you guys use
trying
the Adobe products.
Dude, because we're like so deep into like Premiere now. Like,
spent so much time learning Adobe Premiere and After Effects. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go to anything else. Like, I remember at one point in time in my life, I tried to learn Final Cut, and I'm like, oh god, this is too difficult. No.
I mean, I used Final Cut like in 2009, but I'm sure it's like a lot different now.
Yeah, I had legit no idea what I was doing when I tried Final Cut.
But Genovia, your stuff looks really good. You're editing in Final Cut, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much all I ever used. Probably back 15 years ago, I was doing some videos and uploading them to a site called MetaCafe, and I was using Sony Vega. I believe it was Sony Vega, or it was a bootleg Premiere, but I think it was Vega, though.
I know, like Jimmy uses Vega, right?
Yeah, he uses Vegas. DJ Slips, I think, uses Vega also.
Yeah, almost everybody in Europe, like anybody that is editing from the UK for the most part uses Vega. I don't know why that is, but Adobe is not strong over there. I think it's the rental.
I don't know. The second as soon as I found out about the rental program for Adobe, I was like, I'm gonna stop pirating this and use the legit copy because I can actually afford it now.
I do feel like it's maybe priced just a touch too high.
Yeah, I think, like the $52.99 a month right now, I'm like, that's kind of annoying. But I need to go back and like register and say, hey, I'm back in college again. And I want to pay $29 a month.
So, Genovi, for like your photo edit, I'm sure everyone's like, why the fuck are these guys talking about this? Yeah. When you do your like photo editing, you're not using Photoshop then?
Oh no, I do use Photoshop. I don't think that there's no getting away from that. Adobe got me there. I did bootleg it for a long time, but I finally have that $10 subscription. That's
I was just gonna say it's like pretty.
It pains
affordable.
my heart. It pains my heart every month that I have to pay it, but it's okay.
I mean, at least with like the Adobe Creative Suite, a lot of apps do get included in it. It's just that we don't. I don't know anybody who's going to use all of those,
To tell you how long I've been using Photoshop, that back in like the mid or early 90s, Photoshop was out and there was Corel, and I thought Corel sucked, so I used Photoshop. And I would actively do Photoshop people within my high school into these really raunchy position predicaments, and then create flyers, print them out, and post them up around the school. So I've been using Photoshop for a lot of years.
Wow.
We're talking like 95, 2005, 2000. I got like 25 years
That
in on
must
the
have been
program,
like,
so I don't think I'm going anywhere.
that must have been amazing, like back in like '95. They're like, my God, how did they know I was there?
So like you were
yeah, I got-
photoshopping them into embarrassing situations, like like them getting caught watching Jimmy's videos or something.
Well, I don't think it might not be appropriate to talk about on the
Yeah, I
stream
know.
here, but yeah, I did some stuff that might have been, highly. Well, back then it wasn't really illegal because they didn't really have laws about the stuff. But nowadays, I think I'd probably serve
But
prison
because of
time.
people
a lot
like
of prison
you.
time.
Because of people like you.
Ruined it for everybody.
Now there are laws.
Yeah, they used to, you'd go and do HTML coding in school, and I would take over people's web pages and change them around and do all kinds of fun stuff. It was a blast.
Oh man, we next time we eventually when PRG happens again, we got to get you to tell us some more stories of your teenage years.
Yeah, I have to be careful. Statute of limitations definitely run out, but I do realize that these sensibilities of the nation and the world have changed, and some of these stories I think would be frowned upon.
Well, we're not gonna have you do a panel or something.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your panel about? Unreleased games? No. I made these awful, horrific images about 20 years ago, and I think this is the time to talk about them.
I will tell you, it was shaming bullies. So I was shaming these jocks and these bullies in the school, and I had great success doing it. Great success. In fact, I really need to tell you the full story offline. But one of these guys knew that I was very technical with these computers and came to my work looking for help to try to solve this problem that he was having that I actually caused that he didn't know.
Oh man,
it was freaking great.
Had no idea you were the guy causing the problems.
I did tell him how to resolve the situation, though. In a way that wouldn't get me in trouble. So I was quite kind.
So what you need to do, what you need to do here is turn off my computer over here, and that will stop the attack on your website.
Genovi, you just said that you were quite kind, but that's like the thief returning something he stole and going, I was quite nice about it.
Well, let's just say that, essentially I told him how to get the page banned for the content that was on it. That was the only way to really take it down. So.
Oh my god, Genovi, I would not have guessed any of this.
Well, yeah.
Oh, oh man, Paint Shop Pro, yeah, Zero Man. Sorry, I used to use that too, and GIMP for a little bit.
Paint Shop Pro, man, I feel bad for anybody who's using Paint Shop Pro. Hey, I did know somebody though when I was in high school who's an amazing artist even to this day, and he'd come over to my house and it was just MS Paint, and create these amazing pixel art portraits in using this program.
Dude, there are some people that do amazing stuff with paint.
I realized at that point I was never going to be an artist, so I moved on,
I don't know, man. Dude, like, I was going to ask you earlier when we were talking about video editing, and I think I've asked you this before, but for your, like, infographics, are all of those, like, also within Final Cut, or is that, like, an external...
I use a program called Motion.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, we did talk about this, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember it being real jealous about it.
Yeah, don't be jealous about Motion. Don't be jealous about Motion at all. It leaves a lot to be desired, but it was one of those deals where when you guys first started using After Effects, I did a 1-month trial period, and I just was so frustrated that the thought of paying the $15 or whatever it was the next month, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So, I canned that program and I bought Motion 5 instead for the $80.
I have to say, once I
never looked back.
Once I figured out After Effects, I was just stupid happy with it, like what I could do.
Well, it's an incredible program, but it's that monthly deal. It just kills me.
Yeah, I feel like After Effects has a bit of a steep learning curve too, because it's not,
hey, Alex,
in my opinion, laid out very intuitively, and it doesn't, like, it's not laid out in the same way Photoshop is. Like, even like keyframing isn't quite
yeah,
missing and the timeline.
Yeah, the keyframing is definitely different than like even Premiere. Like, if you
Yeah,
learn,
yeah.
if you
What was
learn,
I saying? Photoshop? Sorry, I've been drinking.
no,
Premiere, sorry.
because here's the weird thing. Like, once I started actually getting into Photoshop, After Effects started making more sense to me. But
Yeah,
like,
in some ways they are more similar. Yeah.
yeah, like Photoshop and After Effects, I feel like go pretty hand in hand. But Premiere, I feel like, is an entirely different environment. But I could be off my rocker in that assessment. But like, because I remember like learning Premiere and was like, what the fuck am I doing? And then like I figured Premiere out, and then like I'm like, God, After Effects, you need to learn this program. There's so many things you can do.
Wait, you learned After Effects first and then Premiere?
No, I learned Premiere first, and then moved to
okay.
After Effects. And then I just started learning what I could do in After Effects. I'm like, God, there's so many fun things I can do in this program. I just need to.
And then you went over to a Cinema 4D, and like everything else there is like completely.
Oh God, the Cinema 4D. You're like, nah, God, what am I doing with my life right now? And yeah, that's
You know, what's back in, rolling all the way back to the 90s, I was really into 3D modeling, and I had this program called 3ds Max. I don't know whatever happened with that program, but I was freaking good with that program back then. And it's just one of those deals that, like, when you're not messing with that stuff and things change so dramatically over, one decade to the next, it's really hard to pick up some of that stuff.
I bet I bet a lot of the fundamentals are the same though. I bet you
even
could,
like remembering how to do any of that stuff,
Oh yeah.
Genevieve, I just want to get more people into 3D so they can help me out.
Damn it.
I'm over here like, God, Genevieve, you'll be great at helping me. I'm gonna grab another drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, do your thing, man.
I've really been thinking about taking Alex's recommendation and spending some of my free time getting to learn. Gosh dang it, what's that program called? We were just talking about it. For color correction.
DaVinci Pro.
Yeah, DaVinci.
Yeah, I've been eyeballing buying a Cinema or Blackmagic Cinema 4K. And
what kind of money is that?
Oh, I think it's about $1,400.
Oh, that's
So
not bad. I spent more money on my camera.
Not an obscenely amount, but the cool thing about the Cinema 4K is you can go and buy lens adapters, so it'll work with like Nikon or Canon. So you can
nice.
So you can get all those, and you can get them basically to be compatible with micro 1/4 lenses. So it's not a.
Hey, did I see that you have a Ninja Inferno? That was you, right?
Ninja Inferno. No, I have a Ninja Inferno. No, I'm not sure what you mean by that.
It's a display that has the capability of recording straight to an
the Shogun or whatever it is. Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, I've been really digging it. I use it for a lot of stuff I do for the National Guard. Just
Shogun Infernos, huh?
Yeah, Shogun.
So what's the difference between I guess you have to get Alex in here to explain this. What's the difference between the Shogun and the one I have? I have the Ninja Inferno.
That would be, I couldn't tell you.
But yeah, Alex could.
Yeah, I bet Alex could explain the difference there.
Well, I have this pretty interesting video which should be dropping here in a couple days. I'm trying to wrap things up. It took a lot of shooting footage with different controllers, but it's essentially the history of analog in video games. So I think you're going to actually really find it fascinating if you don't know a lot of the stuff already.
You know, I have to say I enjoy just about anything you put out, so I'm going to be excited to watch it no matter what. Yeah,
the whole deal actually spurred from the 3D controller for the Saturn, and I started digging into that, and I wanted to answer the question of why does this thing have a freaking detachable cable? So the video started off titled, why is the cable detachable from the Saturn 3D controller? That was like the working title, and it turned into the history of analog. So.
Sorry, my dog is staring at me and just growling. One sec, Alex wants to jump in. Let me bring him in here, hang on.
I hope when he comes in, he's coming in with the shoulder massages.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm back.
The uncomfortable back of the head smell that some people do, Let me
What?
go ahead and... Sorry, Alex wants to jump in.
What did I just walk into?
Nothing great. One sec here. Where is Alex Mejia on my Skype?
Were you, oh, you want me to invite him?
Yeah, because
So you
bring
can
him in. 'Cause
play.
apparently, I'm just drunk enough where reading names is difficult.
Yeah, let me have him right there.
I will tell you, Yahel, just
Hey, what's up,
be
guys?
forewarned, I look like a hippie in the footage I'm gonna send over to you.
Everybody like does these days, dude. I'm very rarely shaving my face, and
I envy you guys because I had to go out and buy a fucking hair trimmer set.
I look like a Wall Street banker. I just let my hair grow out, and the only thing that looks like not bad is just slicking it all back.
So by Wall
Oh,
Street
man.
banker, do you mean there's a serious, white stain under your nose?
I think he means like a classic
That was hard
1980s
there.
villain Wall Street banker from a movie.
You're just
Yes.
like, oh, what's up, guys? How's it going? just
Hey,
just like
Alex, did you ever use Hotmail growing up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it existed before Gmail, so like ain't
Yeah,
no
I
shame
had
in that.
Hotmail too. Yeah.
Yeah, I still have a Hotmail that's like tied
I
into
still have a
all of
Hotmail account
It's
too.
tied into all my Amazon shit.
So I heard you guys talking about Adobe and then all these tools. I was like, but the moment's
Yeah, so-
passed.
so
It's gone.
explain-
It's gone.
Explain the difference between the Ninja and the Shogun.
Well, when a daddy recorder and a mommy recorder love each other very much. All it is one has HDMI and the other one has SDI and HDMI.
Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because my Shogun
Yeah,
has
I
SDI
actually
in the
poured-
back. Yeah.
I don't. What's an SDI? Sounds something.
SDI is SDI.
It's contagious.
It's a different video format that does. It's a different like this video transfer format. It's like almost like coaxial, but it has a locking ring on it.
I love the way that you describe it because the way that we talk about it is so different.
Go on.
It's just that we talk about like protocols and standards and bullshit like that. It's like, well, it's a serial connection and not a multi blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well,
It's not a TDM.
well, with SDI, you have like what protocols, and then you actually have like what frequency ranges you have to like figure out when using SDI.
SDI is one cable,
Yeah,
and that's why it's expensive. And HDMI is like 18 pins, so it's a little less expensive because you don't have to shove as much shit down one line.
Can you hear my dog being mad at me right now?
So,
Yes.
All right, I'll be right back. You guys.
Ian, are you?
What's up?
Are we losing Ian?
No, I'm gonna take my dog. I'm gonna let my dog go inside because she's yelling at me right now. So I'll be right back.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to drunk up again. I sobered up and then I was like, oh fuck, he is
Why did you stop drinking? Why would you ever stop doing that? Actually, I'm gonna, I finished off my wine. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back. So hang on.
Is it a Coors
I
Light?
hope you have a beer animation.
That, Coors Light? Do you really believe I would disgrace my home with Coors Light, sir?
Well, you disgraced the screen with 16 by 9, so I mean, anything's possible.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's take
Wow.
this. Would I disgrace the temple of my own body by bringing in such an impure substance where I was
I mean, you let impure
hydrating?
pixels like touch your eyes, so
You know,
whatever. man.
well, I mean, like when I stretch into 16 by 9, I'm accepting the bottle more fully into my. Fuck this. I don't know where I'm going with this. Sorry, the joke failed. But to be fair, I have an OSSC over here, but I couldn't get it to entirely on me. I couldn't figure out the proper way to get the best signal performance off of the PS2.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Alex, maybe you know about this, but is VGA going to end up carrying 4K?
Big VGA's coming back, man. Big VGA. It's
Is
gonna be in there.
VGA just when you think they're out?
So the cool thing about analog signals is that you can do fucking anything with them. The not so cool thing about it is that standard hasn't been updated for a long time, and I think like the max pixel dimension is like 2048 across. So But it's like, because of the frequency, it's like 2048 and like a 4:3 aspect ratio. I don't think VGA ever really was designed to carry 16:9, but some people like hacked around it because some really old HD TVs had VGA. I don't know. It's
Yeah, I mean, you can do 1080 over VGA.
yeah.
Which Ian and I just have a thing about like how VGA suddenly, like a few years ago, somehow got like HD capabilities. They're like, we're back.
Look, I mean, if you break it down, like SCART, VGA component, they all carry very similar signals. It's just that VGA carries a horizontal and a vertical sync pulse.
Yeah, of course.
And like component carries like none of those. Those pulses are like in the Y channel. This is
John,
really
you
great
know this,
stuff,
John.
man. This is
Yeah,
great
people really-
stuff. Like, I mean, hit me up. I mean, what else do you want to know about the HDMI standard? I'm on a roll.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you got something better? I want to hear about your video,
What have you been
man.
playing lately, Alex?
What have I been playing lately? I don't play anything except for what's on my stream.
Oh, dude, you played Streets of Rage 4 today, right?
Yeah, it's great.
It looks really good.
Y'all should have been there. It would have been great.
Hey, man. I'm in crunch. I'm in video crunch.
Yeah, me too, man. I get it. All right, so like, here's the thing. For a lot of us who are doing these videos, it's like it's our second job, and we're fortunate enough to maintain the first job. But the problem is that now everybody's working from home. Like, you got to work a lot harder because now it's or not a lot harder, but a lot more time, because everybody has no clue how to work from home.
I just keep on telling myself, Alex, that that $30 a month that I'm making on my channel, it's a lot of money in India.
Dude, you make $30 a month? Congratulations.
I might make a little bit more than that, but it's somewhere around there on the low month.
By the way, Genovi, the last video that you put out about Virtual Boy, dude, that so good.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Both
I have
videos.
I feel like
I have
you
a video
included
on-
a lot more history too on these last two unreleased videos.
Oh. Well, I think you
Oh, I
guys are
wasn't
really
complaining.
gonna like this next one I'm working on. I'm really excited about it. It's not an unreleased video though.
Do tell.
I think he's
It's
trying to keep
the
it-
history of analog.
Oh.
Like Analog NT, or like the history of like analog existed when the cosmos banged into.
Analog gamepads.
Wait, what was the bet? I have
Oh.
PBR in my fridge? No, I don't have PBR. I have no intention of hydrating this evening. Gonna go ahead and open a Voodoo Ranger.
Hey Kiwi, I purchased Streets of Rage 4 physical edition. I'm tempted to buy it digitally as well at this point.
I bought it on Steam. It was $22. It's still 10% off for like the next 20 hours or so. It's a $25 game, so.
Okay, I'm gonna switch titles here. What do we got?
But I will warn you, the online multiplayer is only 2-player. Local multiplayer is 4, so I used Parsec, and we were just like, what online multiplayer? Because I bought 1 copy and played with 3 other people.
Yeah. Good point.
So that's the thing. It's just like, just find some people that are like gonna do that and just share the game. I mean, it's no different than you going over to someone's house and doing that,
Yeah, I want to get it myself too, but I don't know. I'm trying not to like get into like anything new while I'm still working on this video.
Dude, I have like 3 games that I want to finish, and I'm working on my video stuff too. So like some of my
Yahel's like me. I actually use the Yahel's excuses with my wife all the time. Sorry, honey, I gotta go outside. I got these self-imposed deadlines I gotta meet. Don't understand.
Look, here's the problem. You guys actually put out stuff on a somewhat frequent basis. Like, I just put out something
Very generous.
when I want to, right? And the difference is that you guys have deadlines and ship, and so that means like you have a chance of actually making money doing this. I just put out stuff and everybody's like, wow, it looks so good. And like, it doesn't matter because I don't put out stuff frequently enough. Everybody goes, wow, that's good. And then they forget about me because then I'll put out something again in like 8 months.
Kind of to change the deal, I meant to tell you, Yahel, I seen that like on MSNBC YouTube channel, they put out a history of Nintendo.
I know,
video?
it's in my watch later. How was it?
Oh boy.
Well, I didn't actually watch it, but I skimmed through it just to kind of see how the editing style was. And I feel like whoever made that video watches your videos and ripped you off style-wise. That's what I felt like
Now I have
watching.
to
I've
watch
seen
it.
a lot of this. I've seen a lot of the same transitions and stylings that you use.
Well, they're
So-
fucked because my next video has all different transitions and 3D.
He's up in his
good,
game.
good luck, CNBC.
I will say this: they're trying to catch like a younger audience and get more online because they realize that the TV audience is going to decline over time and probably is declining right now with the switch to digital. And so they're like, well, what, like the content that we put out already when we just put it online doesn't work. And so they're probably looking at other people's content online where you're like, hey, it looks like what you've done. It's like, I'm not surprised. They're also hiring
it's
kids,
kind of an interesting
you know.
deal.
Hey,
Maybe
Genobi, would you
I'll
mind putting
apply.
your link in the chat? Or just a link to your channel?
My channel.
Yeah, I think Kiwi's asking about it, but I thought he was subbed to you. But
John Rogers, love you too, sir. Oh, Alex is the Vapor King. I don't know if you Vaporwave King. I don't know if you missed that.
Yeah,
earlier
I
on.
saw that. Yeah, like we've been playing a bunch of like weird music and stuff like with people hang out on Human Interact. So it's like I'll play music on the stream that I can get away with without getting a strike, and then like
Right.
when we take the stream down, it's like, hey guys, take a listen to this, and then it's just like people are like, what the fuck am I listening to? It's like, and then I'm like, what?
There's something kind of interesting happened. Speaking of live streams, when Jimmy was streaming with good old Corbin,
The way you said that.
YouTube, man, that moon is like oblong. Does not look right. Something's going on here.
What
It
is
is
this?
not
It's
round.
16 by 9.
I hope you enjoy
Go back
the
to
purest
Jimmy's
form of gaming, which is
It's
16
a-
by 9, stretched to the maximum edges of your. You pay for the entire TV, but you only need the edge.
I didn't know that PlayStation 2 was 720p. This is incredible.
Yeah. You're fucking welcome.
You know, like this isn't that far off from like the effects
From the
on
Dreamcast?
Enterprise.
The
You
full
know, on
1080p
Enterprise, like, the
Dreamcast,
CG
you know what I'm
effects are
talking
not
about.
great.
I know you
Yeah,
guys
so-
like to get all mad about Star Trek and everything, but I mean, I watch it casually. It's cool.
If you say you like Picard, I'm gonna drive to California and just slap you.
I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm not gonna watch it because you guys are like, oh, I was so pissed. I was like, man, fuck, I better not watch that. It's not perfect.
I
But
mean,
you better if you watch it and then you hate it. I'm just gonna. Well, if you hate it, we're gonna be friends.
I just
But if
want
you
to
like
ask
it,
right
then
now.
I'm-
Here we go. This is the test to see what kind of man you all are. Star Trek 4, thumbs up, thumbs down.
Wait, which one's
The
that?
Voyage Home.
No, it's the one where they
The
steal
Save-
the bird of
Sa-
prey
Sa-
and cloak
but
and
Save the
steal
Whales, yeah, the Voyage
yeah,
Home.
Save the
Yeah.
Whales.
Voyage
yeah.
Home. Yeah,
That's
that's
a
the
good
I
one.
like
one, yeah, that's
all
a
of
great
them
one.
except for the one where he's trying to find God. I hate that one.
Everybody
Star
hates
Trek
that.
5.
Oh,
But the Voyage
you
Home-
hate Star Trek 5? We should be friends, man. Fuck, everybody hates that.
I love the Voyage Home.
What does
Personally,
God
I
do
think
with
it's
a
hilarious.
starship?
All right, 4, thumbs up, down. Just go around.
Oh, thumbs up.
Thumbs up, yeah.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up for all of them except for the one where they're in search of God. Or is that
That's
actually what it's
5.
called?
That's fine. That's Star
God?
Trek 5.
No, it's called.
It's
something
just Star
else.
Trek 5.
Star Trek 5 in search of a paycheck.
Star Trek 5. We had to make this movie to make William Shatner shut the fuck up.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god, what was it? I'm looking at it right now. The Final Frontier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, Final Frontier,
And then I
because
watched
Star
it
Trek 6,
again.
Undiscovered Country, is fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, the
that's
Undiscovered
one
Country,
that's
just like,
fucking- no.
oh my god. Well, yeah, everybody likes that one.
Look, I mean, Star Trek 5 is the worst of them, but I mean, it's not as bad as like Into Darkness or Beyond or Insurrection.
Just
I don't know. I do like the JJ movies, but
I like the first J.
yeah, the first one's good and the second one's good. The one where that's too fast, too Trek, yeah, not so much.
Too fast, too trekkiest.
Yeah. John's making fun of me because I'm really bad at Streets of Rage, but yeah, I just started drinking. I was like, man, what am I doing?
We just
The game's actually kinda
we're
difficult,
just
which is
slamming
good.
Coors Light, and you're like, I'm gonna slam Coors Light and eat these 4 chickens and just find my way through it.
Alex, were you a Streets of Rage fan? Did you play 1, 2, and 3 before?
I played 2 and the shit out of 2 and 3. I didn't like 1 so much. I've never finished 1.
Oh my
The
goodness.
the frame rate killed me on it. That was part of the reason. I was weird back then.
You
'cause
were
I was a
young enough.
PC gamer.
You actually noticed frame rate for Streets of Rage 1.
Yeah, like it runs at 30 frames per second. Like most Genesis games don't run that slow. Like except for maybe that one Sonic game that's programmed in C.
You could actually notice that though.
I mean,
I could never notice that. Like it always, like honestly, every Genesis game I ever bought, even the shitty ones, I was like, oh, this runs pretty good. I just couldn't figure it out. Like the only Genesis game I could ever legitimately complain about was the Judge Dredd game, just because it logically made no sense as to where you needed to go to progress in the game.
But I get where Alex
when
is
games are
coming.
like 30 frames per second, I really struggle to see that it's 30 frames per second.
No,
But then you talk to Bob, and Bob will be like, "Yeah, that son of a bitch is 30 frames per second. I can see it as soon as I turn it on. I can't play that for 30 frames per second."
Well, yeah, I can't. Personally, I can't differentiate. I mean, there are some guys that can. I mean, I guess Alex is one of them. I honestly couldn't tell the difference.
I'm glad that you're one of those, like, you can't see further than 30 frames per second, and there's nothing you can tell me that will convince me otherwise.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm just saying it's fascinating. I just can't differentiate. It's just me.
In my defense, Alex, I wear glasses, but I never wear them when I game or when I record my show. So
You don't need glasses to see frame rate or brightness differences from across the room, dude. I know the science behind this, okay?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't. There's nothing you can tell me to convince me of this.
Well, I think it's one of those things where if you play like a game running at 60 frames per second and then you immediately play like a one running at 30, you can it kind of feels, at least for me, like it feels different. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, this is 30 because I wouldn't be able to.
I mean, look, there's two
But you
things
can tell
that's
there's something
happening.
different.
There's two things that's happening you're describing. One, obviously the cadence, even if you don't see it or notice it, there's also an input delay latency difference. Like if I push a button, if the action happens on the exact next frame, it's 32 milliseconds versus 16. And anything over 30 milliseconds, you can definitely tell a difference. Anything under 30, you need to have really lightning fast reaction to tell. But your eyes can see the difference way better between 60 and 30 than you can determine the latency, because some televisions add even more. It's a big problem with lots of modern games these days.
Yeah. Oh, so speaking of Star Trek 20 minutes ago, I know I've mentioned this to Ian, but like we're like watching TNG right now in the house. It's Lainey's first time, like my millionth time, but like I remember like Troy having a lot less to do. She's like has tons of stuff to do on a lot of these episodes, and she even some counseling.
So, I mean, she has a lot of counseling, but you're kind of like, okay, cool.
And I've seen like the argument sometimes like, oh, she's not a good counselor, but it's like 99% of her time her counseling works. So obviously she's the best counselor.
The best thing about TNG is the fact
I smell
that
a
you
video
watch it.
coming in.
What was
Who's gonna
Smell a what?
Oh, I smell a video coming in.
Oh man, I'm gonna stop doing.
So the
We should let's just all stop doing gaming stuff.
no, let's just talk about Star Trek exclusively. One of my
Dude,
favorite moments.
We're gonna do the Star Trek reaction videos. That's all we're gonna do. Is we're gonna react to Star Trek
So,
stuff.
what was the captain's name who came over from the Cairo?
Jellicoe?
Jellicoe, yeah. One of the funniest things I remember watching that episode was when he like looked at Troy and he's like, I prefer all of my officers to be in proper uniform. It made fucking Troy go back and change into a proper Starfleet uniform.
Yeah, but hey, I guess she liked it, right? Because it stuck around.
Yeah, it stuck after that point. It was just funny because Jellicoe just fucking changed like all that shit. It made Riker just look like a bitch. Like after that. Because Jellicoe was like, this is how I want shit because I'm the captain, so this is how it's going to be. And Riker just had the hardest time with that.
We just watched the one the other day where like they all lose their memories and Riker ends up like getting with Ro Lauren.
Wow, Riker enters the bone zone on like so many different episodes. How can he do it?
I really wasn't a fan of that episode.
Oh, really? I like that episode a lot.
I liked it too because it just kind of showed like what they would be like if they were less professional. It's like, oh, it's Star Trek's day off, because it's never their day off, really, you know.
The only thing I would say I wasn't crazy about is like Worf. Sometimes not later on in DS9, obviously he gets more nuance, but in TNG, like sometimes it's just like, oh, I'm a warrior and I just care about getting the ship ready for battle and blah blah. It's like one episode he'll be like an idiot who's only cares about fighting, and the next episode he'll be like, like a little bit more thoughtful. Like he's all over the place sometimes.
Status report.
But
Wait,
he's
so
like
does Worf
really
come back
fun.
in. Is Worf in Picard?
No, not yet at least.
I was saying, how would they explain that after they have screwed up the Klingons unless they completely change him to look different?
Yeah, I don't know, but I got to meet. I think his name's Michael Doran.
Dorn.
Yeah, I got to meet him when I was doing work on Saints Row 4, and this was like 2012. Like the man, first of all, the man's like 7 feet tall. It's like incredible. And second of all, even if there was a bunch of makeup on him and everything, like I don't know if they can make him look like Worf anymore, because it's like you have to realize it's like how many years ago? Like 25 years ago, man.
I think he's one of those guys though, like because I saw him like maybe like 3 or 4 years ago at a Star Trek convention, and he, like you said, he's very tall, but he's also like lanky now, like
Yeah.
he's like a vegan now, I think, and like he like like really leaned out. I mean, he looks great, and I think his face is like pretty young looking, all things considered, but he won't be like that. I don't know. He won't have that Worf physique, I guess.
Yeah, he would have to be like, hey, I'm really old and stuff.
put him in
Like
a
it would have
suit.
to be different, like. He couldn't be Worf. He'd have to be like, okay, son, now this is how it's gonna work. And it'll be like JJ Trek, where he comes from the future and he just gets called in for like, all right, I need to know what the future's gonna be like.
Doran's a good actor. I mean, I think he could.
I
pull
thought
Oh
it.
yeah,
he was-
Doran's great.
Wasn't he actively trying to relaunch the series?
No, he was pushing
just
for
based around his character?
a series called Old Man Worf, like
or Captain Worf,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. Is what he's
Yeah.
pushing
That
for.
would have been awesome.
Yeah, they could still do that. I mean, I don't know, Alex. I don't think he looks that old once, because if you think about like the makeup, like I mean,
Yeah, so I was just saying, it's like, but that's a lot of work you have to do every day, and how many days are you shooting? And like,
Right.
is he really gonna want to sit in for makeup at like
I mean,
6 in the morning every day so that
Well-
they can
But
start
you know,
rolling?
back in the day,
he's been campaigning for it.
But-
But it's one thing to campaign for it, and another thing at his age, like you said, to sit through X amount of hours each day.
well, I mean, back in the day, before they became bitches and did the whole like episodic content, they would sit in the make. They'd show up at like 3:30 in the morning, sit in the makeup chair for 4.5 hours, and then they would film for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And just power through it.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like it's grueling, and there are union rules once you're over age 50 in terms of like how long that you can shoot for and how many hours you can be on set and all these other things too. So there are cost and time restrictions. Even if these guys are like, fuck it, I don't care about the union rules. Like then that means, all right, now we got to do the whole production in like Canada or England or something where these rules don't apply.
Where they film
Canada
anyway?
is where they're shooting.
Where they film anyway?
Canada is, they're shooting all the new Star Trek shows in Canada. But I was gonna say though, they're also only doing like 10 episodes per season for these new Star Trek shows.
Yeah.
Anyways, like 10 to 13 episodes, but they're still taking like 6 to 8 months to do it.
That's
So-
good.
And,
That's
and they're,
good.
they're
That
still
means that it's not like
control
shit
seeing the
out.
fleets though.
Yeah, so the
Jesus.
hours aren't as bad, I don't think, or maybe the hours are terrible on set, and it's just all the post production time. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't know. I feel like it would have to be based on. God, it's trash.
Oh man,
Sorry.
GTA SA. This is
Yeah.
crazy. I haven't seen this game in a while.
that technical director's name is unpronounceable.
I will tell you, there's been a few things in my life that I caught on to and was into before everybody else, and Grand Theft Auto is one of them. I actually tracked the first game in development and bought it on launch day. Number one.
Wow.
I remember.
This when you were a delinquent though, and
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
I definitely
people,
was. They
yeah.
actually went in to pick up the game, and they wanted my ID. So I had to actually go and find somebody in the mall to go and get the game for me.
Wow.
And say that they were related to me. So so I could pick up the game. I
You
ordered it.
wait,
through,
you found somebody and convinced them to do that?
Yeah, it was a software etc. over in the mall, about an hour and a half from my house.
Wait, they actually gave a shit and wouldn't sell it to you?
Yeah,
I
and it was
bought
crazy.
the
There was a
game.
Sam Goody right down.
I was like
a couple stores down.
I don't remember how old I was, but I bought fucking Kingpin, and they were like, "You seem good enough." And they just sold to me without even caring.
Well, yeah, if I was 6 foot tall too, I'd be like,
yeah,
whatever,
I guess
son,
that's the benefit of that, bro. He's a giant guy.
It's like, all right, here's this big dude. Yeah, just sell it to him, man.
Yeah,
I don't know
whatever.
if you guys noticed, but one of the writers, his name for this game, his name is DJ Pooh, Pooh.
Hey, man, and like a lot of crazy things happened with the Hauser brothers. They were all about authenticity, and so they would like, oh yeah, you actually were a rapper. Oh yeah, you were actually a gangbanger or whatever. It's like you write some lines, like help us do these things, and like. I remember on GTA 5, they were real Bloods and Crips that they hired to read the lines, you know? Do you remember that?
It sounds like it would have been terrible.
I don't remember that, but I do remember in the 90s there was the Bloods and Crips albums. You can either buy the Bloods or the Crips albums, and then they had the deals that they did together, the Bloods and the Crips albums. You remember those?
What?
Yeah, no, I owned them all. I was like really big into this stuff, and like almost all those guys were murdered at some point after they made those records. You know, it's pretty crazy.
You know, by the way, Genovi, if you're into that kind of stuff, there are some really interesting videos on YouTube about like gang history, about the first people who were like Bloods and Crips.
Not anymore though. I could probably tell you all about it.
You left your gang lifestyle behind you.
I just found that stuff very fascinating. So
yeah, it is fascinating. There are like videos on YouTube about it. It's like, here's the guy who started the Crips, and here's what he was like in like 1978 or something. He was like, whoa.
Well, one of my best friends growing up, I probably have told you this story before, I think. I met him because he came up to see his mom. His mom abandoned him when he was a kid, and he was raised by his aunt. So about like 6th grade, he came up to see his mom for like the first time ever. She had hooked up with a white guy who was about 30 years older than her and that was really rich and finally settled down in life. And so he came up and seen her like just for the summer, and then went back to the aunt where he's living. And then he came up the next summer, and then when he's up there, all his family down in, he was from East LA, and they were all in the gangs really heavy. He was they're all part of the Crips, and somebody came up and tried to kill his I think it was his cousin, and opened the door and killed his aunt point blank range.
Oh,
So
man.
he ended up getting stuck up here where I live in Oregon, living with his mom that he didn't know, because his aunt was murdered when he was up there visiting her. And I remember being over at the house multiple occasions where the FBI would come over and visit with him.
And they were
about
just like
his
trying to get
family.
information.
Yeah, just about the family affiliation. And it was like pretty crazy, you know, and his whole entire life growing up, and he knew all about this stuff. And I still talk to him, you know, he like has connections to a lot of these people that like you wouldn't, you know, just like unbelievable type of stuff, you know, like the real Rick Ross is one of his very good friends, you know. So it just kind of like tells you, you know, just the kind of lifestyle that he was raised up in and the people he knew. His mom ended up being a concert promoter, so I like when I was really young, I got to know the Marleys and a lot of these other reggae groups, and it was interesting. It was
Holy
interesting.
shit, you have like an interesting life.
Yeah.
The rest of us are just like, yeah, we just like grew up playing video games. You're like, yeah, dude, I knew some gangbangers.
You gotta start like throwing these stories in like at the end of your videos or something. A little, like,
Yeah.
I'm
30,
telling you,
60 seconds.
there's a whole YouTube video group of like gang history, because it's part of American history now, right? Because it shaped America.
Hey guys, sorry.
John
sorry
Rogers,
to-
the guy actually calls himself the real Rick Ross because Rick Ross ripped off his whole story and legacy when the real Rick Ross was in prison, and his whole the guy who's famous, his name Rick Ross, is it was all lies. So when the real Rick Ross got out of prison, he actually calls himself the real Rick Ross. So that's the
Man, I would have sued for because your character, like your likeness, right? Like someone used your likeness, your name and everything, right?
Yeah, well, and they look nothing alike. Like the real Rick Ross is real skinny, and the fake Rick Ross is big and fat, you know. And
Yeah.
but it was the story, you know. It was like the guy's life and story that he stole and presented through music. So
hey guys, sorry to jump in and interrupt, but I actually need to get going.
Oh,
All right,
what?
Yahel. It's nice seeing you, dude.
Before you go, Yahel, do you own a Duke controller?
No, I do not.
That's
about
a
you,
negative
Ian?
on my end.
I might have one somewhere. Do you need one?
Well, I was needing footage of one.
Let me dig for one. I might be able to find it.
Yeah, sorry. I actually don't even currently own an Xbox. I got rid of mine when I moved.
I have a lot of I don't know. I have a lot of Xbox S controllers. I might have a Duke somewhere. Look for it though.
That is,
I have all
unbelievable.
S
figured you
controllers.
would- Yeah, that's what I have is S controllers, but I'm not a very big guy. A guy like Ian, the S controller would seem like an insult.
No, the Dukes were great. Like I freaking love the Dukes.
The,
And, like,
the
all
Dukes
the
weren't
people are-
bad, but the sticks needed a little
Well,
bit of improvement.
I feel like a lot of people they were complaining. They're like, I can't reach the buttons. I'm like, you pussies with your tiny hands.
Yeah. Well, the thing was is that your muscle memory for every controller was just like, oh man, actually this is so far apart. But the buttons actually weren't that far apart. It's just that it fit your grip. It was a little too big, but I guess the story behind it was that they couldn't get the smaller controller boards. There was like some outsourcer company that was doing it in China, and they couldn't get access to them because I guess either like Sony and Nintendo bought them all up or something.
Yeah. All right, guys. I gotta get going. It was good catching up with all of you, especially you, Genova. I haven't talked to you in a while, and hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. And bye to everybody in the chat.
All right, later. Do not forget about the Steampunk Thunder in Paradise reboot.
Steampunk Thunder in Paradise reboot. Got it.
Don't forget about that. Keep that in the back of your mind. We're gonna
Don't
make it
forget
happen.
about our special project.
We're gonna make it happen.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, I've been holding a lot of different controllers, and I have to say that the original Xbox S model controller, is freaking comfortable. It's actually shocking that they kind of went backwards as far as like form factor in your hands goes.
I will say this, the Xbox 360 controller is the best controller of all time. They made some small improvements on the Xbox One controller, which are good, and they're easy to get a hold of, but the triggers are shorter, and when you're trying to use fine analog control, it's honestly the best. The Xbox original controller, the S, is pretty decent. Its shape is not as ergonomic. The Duke, obviously, people with larger hands very much prefer it, but the stick knobs on top are a little too small. I mean, like, here's the thing. There's, like, all these little things that they make, and realistically what they should do is just allow you just to, like, swap these parts in and out of a controller that cost less than $200.
Well, I mean, it's essentially what they've done with the Elite controller. You know?
Yeah, but the Elite controller is $200, dude.
It's probably the best controller I've ever used, though.
I need to get, like, Microsoft to send me one or something. I don't know. I think the Series X comes with one, right? Didn't they say that you get an Elite controller?
You get a Duke, wouldn't it?
No, I have a Series X, and it didn't come with a controller, or it came with a Project Scorpio controller. That's what I have in my hand right now.
You have a Project Scorpio controller in your hand right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like surrounded by controllers right now. It's crazy.
I'm calling the Microsoft police on you. I'm gonna narc you out.
Well, if you ordered the first run of the Xbox Model X, they sent
Series X is what's launching in fall
I hate
of
the freaking
2020.
I absolutely hate Microsoft's naming conventions.
Yeah,
on their consoles.
they really do
So
not.
confusing.
Instead of going what Sony did with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Xbox is like, you know what? We're gonna name the third console in this generation the Xbox One, just to fucking confuse people.
I know why they did it. They called it that because they were targeting input 1. And on a television, this is all insider baseball stuff.
So input 1 makes no sense to your general consumer. It's kind of like
that's fine that you say that, but that was their strategy. That's what they were going for. I'm just telling you what it is, man.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like, when you play that game, you get a stupid prize, which is a epic failure in terms of console sale prices, because consumers generally are confused by your overall naming nomenclature. Like,
I'm not sure if it's the
new
name.
Xbox and
No, I mean, like, if they named it the Xbox 3 or the Xbox 720, I feel like they would have made a lot more money.
I'll tell you
just in
this:
general.
internally, when we make games, we just call it Xbox 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, for like developers and your environment, yeah. I feel like developers, it's a different environment, a different audience of people that have a much more in-depth understanding of the product they're going to be developing.
Well, they don't tell developers what the name is until they reveal it to the
but,
public.
I mean, but ultimately for developers, it doesn't matter. I mean, but for product selling and for the general consumer, who, personally, I'm going to say this, I feel like the general consumer is an idiot. They're not going to understand what the product is. I mean, like, for example, like, the number one thing in my life that I saw was just a terrible, terrible choice was when Nintendo chose the name for the next console to be the Wii U.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was the worst possible choice. I'm like, so is the Wii U a console add-on or is it an actual another console? And they're like, and the funny thing was, I was at fucking PAX 2012 when this shit was coming out, and the booth babe was like, yeah, it's just a console add-on.
Wow.
The person selling the product said it was a console add-on.
How is this? How does TDK have their logo before this game? I'm sorry, I need to have that answered right now.
My favorite thing is, like, if you actually look at some of these games, you'll see the actual game console developer is not CBS. It is a CBS Consumer Development Division. So it's like, wow, okay, yeah, to add more to that one.
Hey, I was like, "Where's Genovi?" And then I realized he's in the center of the Skype screen here. Okay, I was like, "All right." Yeah, these games that you're playing on these PlayStation 2, I have to admit, I'm a little concerned about these games because I know that in about 5 years I need to start streaming these because they'll be like the mainstream games. And yet, like, I have a really hard time caring about these games, man.
I wouldn't care about PS2 games, to be totally honest with you. There's so many. Throw a wheelbarrow full of games on PS2, and maybe one of those would be something worth remembering.
So a video series I want to
hardcore GameCube collector and player. I mean, still even to this day, I never really talk about it, but PS2 I own one, but just like only own a handful of games for it. Just never really jived with me, I guess.
Hey, Enigno, I want to tell you, I'm watching the chat. I'm seeing that.
Oh, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah. Will Nintendo call Switch successor Switch 2? Probably not. It'll just be like Switch 2 sounds silly.
Oh, Ray Glass.
I probably should bail, guys, because my wife is texting me asking me if I'm going to come back in the house.
Tell her no. No, you're video streaming, playing fucking Shattered Universe on
Genovi,
PlayStation 2.
I got one question for you, and then you are free to go, sir.
Yeah, hit me.
Should I create a video series on games that are worth playing per platform, like NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, still worth playing today? That
why not?
That are like here like you wouldn't put in like Symphony of the Night on PlayStation because not that it's not worth playing today, but there are better places to play it and cheaper places to get it. Like you would have to be doing stuff like that. It's like, here's the list of games that you still need to get these consoles to actually play these games on.
Man, it's a tough deal. Because for me, there might be cheaper places. Obviously you can emulate stuff, right? But
not even emulate.
Really
like you can buy Symphony of the Night on Xbox Live, right?
How was it though?
It's same as the PlayStation version, and it's not like the PSP version with like the fixed voices and stuff, So I would take into account stuff like that too.
It'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing a video, yeah.
All right, give me 18 months.
What do you have to lose? Give you 18 months.
Yeah, give me 18 months. I've got 18 months because I got to do some other stuff first. But... All right, and I'll be like, games worth playing on the NES in 2021, and it would be like they can't have a port, they can't have a better version released somewhere else, and they can't be more easily accessible, outside the system. There would be rules, and then it's like, all right, now here's the games that are still worth playing on this system. And it make people mad because it's
I would probably cover the CDI first. You'd have.
Well, it'd be every game because nothing's been ported from the CDI.
CDI Tetris.
Like the only game that you might be able to say is like not worth playing on the CDI would be like Burn Cycle, but I'd have to check to see. I think the video quality is better on the CDI version than the PC version.
Probably.
Man, a lot of those PC games are really hard to get working. So it's it's kind of a crapshoot.
I mean, just because the CDI was outputting an S video, I feel like you had a better video quality overall.
Well, it was like
would've
MPEG
gotten with
video
the,
back in the early 90s
yeah, well,
too.
yeah, I guess MPEG or that, like the CDI was outputting at such a nice resolution at that point in time, because you're doing the DOSBox version, you're limiting your color palette. Because there's another game. Is it Phantasmagoria, the 3DO or whatever game version was outputting at better colors than the DOS version?
Probably the DOS version kind of sucks because I played it not too long ago and I was like,
that's the one thing of, like, because I remember like there was like some stuff about the DOS version being rather inadequate, and the whatever consoleization was available was giving a better color palette. But I'm also rather inebriated after an entire bottle of wine and some beers.
Now that's just overkill.
all right, guys. Burn Cycle, I do agree, Red Glass, the Burn Cycle soundtrack is classic. Sorry, guys, I have to run here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up early tomorrow and actually work on my YouTube video.
Well, are you working on the documentary you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Have you posted any like early stuff for that, or no?
I posted nothing. Like the fact that I'm like hinting at it, that people are like, yeah, whatever, this guy's doing this thing, and then like hopefully you guys will be nice and be like, you guys should check out my friend's thing.
Well, I think I recall you talking like hinting about it, but I don't think you've actually like posted anything though.
Yeah, well, maybe that'll change. Why is this game so dark? I don't get it. Like I can hardly see any details.
So this is Shattered Universe. It has to do with the Mirror Universe, Terran Empire aspect of Star Trek. It's kind of one of those like random Star Trek games. Just like had to do with like, a fun concept. What was that, Sean?
Oh, okay. I think I lost internet for a little bit. I don't know what you guys heard. I'm heading out though.
Oh,
all right.
So you
Cheers,
and Alex
Shinobi.
are leaving. Okay.
At the same time? No.
It's gonna be just me again after having a fun little environment.
I'm sorry. If you get on earlier, like I don't know if you heard me. If you get on earlier, I'd be more apt to join you for a longer time.
That is the moral of my channel. If I could do anything sooner or faster, that would be.
No, man. Don't beat yourself up over it. You're on at the right time, because that's the reason why I get on your show so often. Because it's just like, dude, this is perfect. Like right before I go to bed on a Saturday night.
I will tell you, when I finally get moved, you'll probably see me on your show a whole lot more often than I am now. But currently, I'm like, about 100 yards away.
Are you still moving to Arizona?
Eventually, I don't know when.
Okay.
We'll see what happens. I mean, I have a massive investment in a piece of property down there already, and a business waiting to open, so it's just a matter of time.
Oh, okay.
Jeremy says, "Damn drunks."
Yeah, that'd be a proper assessment of the situation. But yeah, go ahead and post yourself in the chat. I don't know if anyone. I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat already knows who you guys are. But
yeah, I think everybody kind of knows.
Yeah, probably.
Genobi, check out Genobi's stuff. He's got videos online. I just stream on the weekend and just be stupid.
Yeah.
Sorry we didn't interact too much in the chat, guys. I hadn't seen Ian forever, so it was just nice talking to him.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody letting me sit here and BS with them, and everybody have a wonderful night or morning or wherever you are. Just enjoy your day.
Yes,
Ian,
thanks, Genobi.
Let me see if Jimmy's awake, because you guys are leaving me.
Genobi, make some more VR, Virtual Boy videos. It's not VR, but whatever, it's fine. I love it. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out too. I'll see you guys. Jimmy banned the drunks. That was a fun night. I'm gonna head out, and yeah, we'll have some more stuff. I'll have more stuff to show. I should show you what I'm working on, because it's pretty cool stuff. Y'all are like, look at this Cinema 4D stuff. I'm gonna like, dude, check out this Cinema 5D stuff. You're like, whoa, what the fuck?
What do you mean, like Unity or Unreal? In terms
yeah,
of...
dude, you should use Unreal. I'm telling you, honestly, Unreal looks so much better than Cinema 4D, and you can actually like see what you're doing.
Probably should, but
there's
I
this
haven't
thing
learned
that
those
they
programs
bought.
yet.
there's this thing they bought called Quixel Suite, and what it is it's like, you know, when you see a AAA game, it's like, wow, that looks like fucking wood, or that looks like stone. That's the same thing those guys use. It's free now. It's free if you use it on Unreal Engine. So you can be like I remember Yahel was like, dude, I was taking pictures of my Neo Geo. I was like, dude, did you just like get a plastic texture and use material? I was like, oh, duh, that probably would have been a lot easier. It's like, yeah, man, all this stuff is free now. Because they want you to use the Unreal Engine. And if you like ship a game, you give them money. But if you're just making videos with it, it's totally free. You're learning how to use the tools, and then someday you'll make a game.
Is that the moral recourse there?
Well, the thing is that they're just trying to be like Photoshop, but instead of being like, look, everybody pirated Photoshop, they're like, well, let's just get rid of that. Like, we know people are going to use it for free here, and if they, like, the real money's in making a game, because you can make a game and then ship 1 million copies, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty decent money. Will THQ reboot Homefront for a third time to cash in on Twitter, thinking of Kim Jong-un's sister hot? I don't know about that last part, but Homefront is owned by Gearbox now. And the people who did work on Homefront are making a new version of Homefront. There was an article on Ars Technica not too long ago about that.
That's tragic. I think any game that encourages the idea that North Korea is capable of anything aside from, you know, mass starvation, I think is tragic.
Homefront, not Homeworld. Sorry, I'm thinking Homeworld. All right, so Homefront.
Homefront, the one starring North Korea.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So we that was being tested in my building when I was working for Volition. We had people working on that, and when Homefront 2 came out, there was this scene where you're like lying, like in a bunch of dead bodies for them not to get you, and like. I didn't think it was funny, but like everybody in the QA pit just laughed at how stupid that moment was in the game. So like it's not for everybody, but damn did it sell a lot of copies, and we dumped a bunch of red balloons into the San Francisco Bay, which we got fined for. So, you know, that was fun times. That was Homefront 2.
Wait, you telling me a bunch of sea turtles died for that game?
I don't know if a bunch of sea turtles died for the game, but we put we released like 1 million red balloons over San Francisco, and like that was supposed to be like the real world, like, okay, the North Koreans had taken over and they released their red balloons. That wasn't the story that got us like a bunch of notoriety. It was the fact that all those balloons ended up in the San Francisco Bay, and then THQ got fined for it. And then like everybody carried that story. We're like, mission success! It was like THQ was like really weird about like marketing things that they were doing. I mean, like that game sold really well. I think it sold like 4 or 5 million copies. It sold almost as much as Saints Row 3.
Yeah, I think the game sold well. I don't think the any of the sequels did very well.
All right, dude, I gotta run.
Yeah, catch you later, man. Thanks for dropping by.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Have fun. Support Ian. Put thumbs up on the video. I'm doing it right now. I like this. All right, cool. Cheers, guys.
All right, thanks, Alex. Have a good night, man.
See ya.
All right, guys. In fact, it is 1 a.m. my time as well. I feel like I'm probably going to go ahead and end the stream here. I want to thank you guys for hanging out and doing what you've done for as long as you have. But I hope you have a great night, evening, day, or whatever you're doing. All right, bye. So, yeah, just have a good night.